So we are leaving from Florence, going to Siena.
This is so... No!
Doing some shopping and taking, using bedrooms, restrooms. This is an Italian police at the gas station.
Out of the city. From the place where we get off to the church where we meet Agnes, almost half a mile. Then we arrive at the church of Saint Catherine. Saint Catherine, where we have mass in the afternoon at 2:30. And but now we do the guided tour with the guide, with Agnes. No pictures are allowed into the church, no videos.
We are now in Siena. See the walls.
Always, I'm really into fashion coordination. Oh, no.
Siena, Siena, Siena. Yes, it is beautiful. Look. Catherine of Siena.
And look at the sky in the background. Take a picture here and then we continue. We proceed to the church where Agnes is already waiting for us.
By Florence. Siena fall down only in 1555. That is very late compared with the history of all the other Tuscan cities. And that's the reason why we have the fortress. These walls, these are not the city walls of Siena. Siena was a walled city, of course, but it is a fortress outside the city. That fortress was made in 1565 by Cosimo I, the Grand Duke of Florence. Why? Well, Cosimo, that was a skilled politician, was aware that he was not really welcome here in Siena. He conquered the town, but the people of Siena were not clapping their hands. Hey, we are so happy to have the Grand Duke. They hated him and the Medicis. So Cosimo maintained a fake division between the two states. He said like, oh no, that's still Siena state. And then we have the state of Florence. Yes, and he is like the chairman of the state of Siena, a member of the Medici family. Okay. So this fortress was made here for a very good reason. Control the city. Usually fortresses are made to protect something. Take a look. Here, the cannons of the fortress that were placed on that side pointed where? Exactly on the cathedral and on the city. And that was the message of Cosimo. The message was, beware, if you try to make any uprising, any rebellion, I can destroy your city and the cathedral. And the people of Siena were aware that Cosimo was a man who had an iron fist in a sort of velvet glove, because he did the same in Arezzo. He completely destroyed the old cathedral of Arezzo. The cathedral is the place in which the citizens identified themselves, the community identified itself. So Saint Barbara Fortress is a fortress that was made more than to protect Siena, to threaten and control the town. Okay? Nowadays it's a garden, it's a beautiful garden nowadays. We have gardens, people make joggings on it, but, well, that now was a city of 55,000 people. So before the plague, Siena was bigger than Rome. And Siena, even if it was smaller than Florence, was a city that was almost as rich as Florence. But without a river, we don't have development of the industries in Siena. No fabrics, so no rivers, no mills, no way to have fabric, to have leather, to have industries. The money in Siena came from two things that are still working very well nowadays. I always say that Siena is a city that is frozen in 1300s. It's really like to jump back in time. First thing that gave lots of money to the city, the position of an international bank in 1472. In Siena, we have the oldest European bank. 1472, Monte dei Paschi was founded. It's the oldest European bank because it's the only one working even nowadays. It's a bank with 600 years on history. You know, the Medici Bank was founded before, but the Medici Bank survived the 1 century approximately, while the Monte
Church of Siena.
Pay attention, there's a car, so the car inside, please. So again, Siena tried to use its local material in order to save money. Life, not your mother and not your hotel. So how can we define which is our own contract when you are born in Siena? We're not going down the street. No, the problem is not going down, it's to climb up on the other side, believe me. But it's nice to take a picture of the hills of Siena, you see the roofs, and from here you can see the place in which Saint Catherine was born. Can you see the fence in front of you on the right hand side? There is a big fence, that's the entrance of the house of Saint Catherine. So here we are in the Dragon, but where you see the fence, we already are in the Goose. So Saint Catherine was a member of the Goose Contrada. Almost all the Contradas, they have the name of an animal, and even if the name is not of an animal, there is one called l'onda, the wave. Well, the symbol is a dolphin, so already an animal. So there is always also the tower, the symbol is an elephant. And these two boys are members of the Rhino Contrada. You see, what happened here? Your husband is not a member of the Rhino. You don't live in the Rhino. And she told me, well, my kids. So you were stuck in a relationship with her. And they decided, the parents are so the same. Because remember that once you are baptized, you will be left. It's an incredible regime. Imagine that when Charles V belongs to the Goose, the left-hand side belongs to the Rhino. So it's a frontier. Few steps and we will enter 100% in the Rhino. Look, and to take a picture of these beautiful streets. When you will arrive, there is a street on your right-hand side that goes down with arches on it. This street that goes down, that's the climbing route that we were coming down at the house of important because you see a big building covered with marble, same colors of marble that we saw yesterday in Florence. But in the truth, these stones came from a different place. Now, the white marble is not from it's a city without a river, so it was very difficult to ship marble. It's a local stone. Marble from La Montagnola, hills around Siena. The green marble, that is much deeper than the one of Florence, is not from the city, that is too far away too, but is from Murlo, near Montalcino, southern Siena. The pink marble is the only stone that you have seen in Florence too. So, what is this building? This is not the cathedral, no? The cathedral is even more beautiful. This is the baptistery. And take a look, the position of the baptistery in Siena is unique. Again, in Siena, they like to be different from everybody. The baptistery is under the cathedral because on top, when this facade was finished in 1355, you see a sort of unit. It's not the unit, it's a big round-shaped window, and that's the apse of the cathedral. So why the baptistery is not in front of the cathedral or next to the cathedral? Because in 1317 till 1325, the cathedral was enlarged on this hill, and the baptistery was made under in order to support the cathedral. So now that's the moment in which we have to climb, because the cathedral is upstairs, and you see those steps. No, don't worry. These are, I always say that those steps are the steps of saints, because these are the steps on which Saint Catherine, coming back from her night shift from the hospital, usually she walked down these steps. She took exactly the same road that we took, and she turned down the road with the street with the arches to go back to her house. And that's the place in which she trampled on her feet, she fell down, and she basically...
It's a beautiful, yes, it is.
That's an incredible cathedral, and it's again something unexpected because you came from a hill and then puff, you have this beautiful stuff here in front of you. Siena. Even if Siena has Sant'Anzano as patron saint, well, the great patron of Siena is Mother Mary. There is a special devotion for Mother Mary here in Siena. In this cathedral, we do not know exactly when the works started. We do not have a document as in Florence. We know that the cathedral is here since 10th century after Christ. We know that in 1269 the dome was made, and we know that we had the enlargement made in 1317 to 1325. Something more we know about this facade. It's a facade made in Romanesque and Gothic style. It was made in two different moments. We have a northern part. The statues are very Gothic. You have gargoyles coming out, animals. Take a look at the statues of those prophets that are on the columns, in which the body is moving in an S shape, and it looks like those prophets are talking with the people that enters in the cathedral. Giovanni Pisano had never been to France in his life. How could he have been so influenced by the French architecture and the French statues? Thanks to the pilgrims. The pilgrims that traveled on the Via Francigena, we had even artists with them to make sketches of the cathedrals in which they stopped. And in Europe, we started to have a circulation of these books of images. And Giovanni Pisano was able to see France through the eyes of the pilgrims. In 1294-96, Giovanni Pisano had to leave Siena because he was accused of a terrible crime. But nowadays in Italy, it's like, it's something so small. Well, Giovanni Pisano was accused of selling marble of the cathedral. Again, he paid for this marble, the citizens of Siena. So if the architect was taking a block of marble for himself, making a statue selling to somebody else, was stealing money to the community. And that was a serious, well, it's still a serious crime. At the time, was punished with death. They were like, okay, let's hang him. We do not know if Giovanni Pisano was guilty or not, but he preferred to run away from Siena. I do understand him. And so he left the facade unfinished. So the upper part was made almost 1 century later. We are in 1355. The new architect faced a big problem. The people of Siena didn't like any more Romanesque stuff, but they want a serious modern Gothic cathedral. Now, Romanesque is a style that develops in horizontal and Gothic in vertical. So this architect made a mistake to make this facade. Not complaining because it's beautiful, but if you present a project like this to a professor of architecture, his answer will be no. There is a big mistake. The weight goes on vertical. Take a look. The two pillars that are next to the big round dial, they are not over the two columns next to the main dome, nor in the middle of the arches that are on the side. Our enemies, no way. We have to enlarge this one. So there was a problem. Couldn't enlarge on the front because there was the hospital, nor in the back. The hill was over. Solution: let's use the old cathedral as the transept, the short arm of the cross. So in front of you, you have the new facade, the new front, il facciatone, the big front. Here, you're facing the entrance of an aisle. Where you see the windows, that was the central nave. That's another aisle that was walled up now. And now we have a museum. Why the cathedral was not made? Well, we are in 1339. You may think, well, in 1348, the 70% of the population died. Yes, but this is not the real reason. The real reason, the soil, soft. So this soil can support that weight. This one was too much. Take a look at those columns. This one is all leaning. You see even like something supporting the column, and the other columns on the side, they are curving. They're made in a banana shape. So basically the new cathedral started to move, and after years of studies, engineers, architects, everybody say the same thing. Forget it. You have 10 contrades participating and 7 that are out. How can we decide? Museum and museum. You can change your job. Remember that in Siena, paleo, just words about this square. This is Campo Square. Campo Square is for me one of the most beautiful squares in Italy because it's like a theater. It's a beautiful shell-shaped square with a natural inclination. We had a hill here. The name Campo means field. That was campuses all like churches. The natural inclination on the square means the bell tower, Palazzo Pubblico is the city hall of Siena. Palazzo Pubblico was made to the seat of government, like city aspired. This building started in the end of 1200s and renewed in 1306 the government entered in Palazzo Pubblico.
Beautiful shop here in Siena. Unbelievable. Look, the variety of stuff here. Unbelievable. Yes, very good.
Where are we now, Father?
What's the name of the restaurant? No, it's here. Yeah,
At Nanini Restaurant.
Nanini restaurant.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. What did we do this morning?
What did we do? We had a tour of Siena. It's beautiful. She did a great job. There's a lot of history, huh?
Yes.
And the chapel, we were in the chapel.
Yes. All right. Everybody say hi.
Hi, Jen.
Hold on. Kaz and Carrie and Tom and Karen. I hijacked Father's phone. All right. So what do you think you're going to order for lunch, Father?
I think soup or salad. I'm not yet decided.
Okay. All right. And Mary, you want to say hi? There's Mary. All right. We're going to enjoy lunch and we'll be back later.
Okay. of Saint Damiano.
Oh, big steps.
Yes.
Lots of steps. How'd you do? I was going to say hours.
Saint Damiano Church.
I sat down. And there were a lot of
So are you done? How are you doing? How was your
wonderful, wonderful day.
Very good.
Plenty of
Very
blessings.
nice.
Lots of blessings.
Yes. Siena is beautiful. I like Siena. Yes.
Well, we've never talked to each other this long a time, have we?